where students have liberty to go there and complete one semester, and credit will be transferred to their degree. Also, I would like to inform that as per CBCS syllabus, one complete, that is the eighth semester of their BTech, is dedicated for industrial training for 5 months duration. So our aim basically is to provide an opportunity for student to get familiarized with the industry of their discipline and discover the organization within the industry. Along with that, we have various industrial visit also from time to time has been arranged for student to know the application part of it, as well as student have to prepare various major and minor projects also from time to time under the guidance of faculty members. Also, I would like to mention that if Indian students wants to pursue their higher education in European country, then they have to have a UG degree of credits above 180. So here we give opportunity to students to earn 185 credits for their respective courses by adding various value added courses to it. Basically, my aim is to create a multidisciplinary approach for our student so that we can equip them in a manner so that they are able to face challenges of real world, and later on not just job seekers but also, as per our logo of SRM University, learn, leap and lead in a way so that in future they are confident enough to open up their own startup or to enhance their own entrepreneur skills, in a way serving mankind in a better way with multidisciplinary approach. That's it from my side, sir.
Thank you, Raghav, for sharing your ideas on interesting the way SRM University is implementing the positives which have been mentioned in NEP. Thank you. We'll come back to you with questions. Now I would request Mr. Savio John. Savio, if we can hear your ideas.
Sure. Thank you, Rajulji, for having me over. And looking at the new NEP, we are really glad to see the importance which has been given to extracurricular activities like music. And a very special thanks to Jayalata ma'am, Rajiv ji, Vikas ji, Jaswinder ji, and Dr. Deepika Yadav for sharing such valuable perspectives. It is really humbling to be in the presence of such esteemed panelists. I would just like to begin my part by saying that it is high time we value the contribution of music in the well-beings of humans as a whole. And we need to streamline the whole idea of music in the learning curriculum. Everybody has spoken about the NEP and its implications, its implementations. I would just like to focus solely upon highlighting music as a part of this NEP and why it is so important to streamline music education in the coming years. Looking at this new NEP, there needs to be an acknowledgement of different types of intelligence, which Mr. Gupta just was speaking about. It was a theory which was initially put forward by Howard Gardner, and there needs to be a great level of importance given to aptitude. And a great amount of research has been done in music, and many studies, it show that music directly impacts the cognitive development of children. It develops all areas of child development, whether it is social, emotional, motor skill, or whatever it may be. And there is a research which says that, listening to classical music when the child is in the womb of a mother, it has a major role in the brain development before birth and a positive influence on the unborn baby. All this is when the baby is still in the womb. And just like Rajiv ji has said, music greatly helps children in situations like depression, anxiety, stress. And there was somebody who also mentioned about the rising cases of anomalies, abnormalities in children, and a lot of case of blood pressure, which is being seen in children, between the age groups of 6 and 14. So music is not just as a subject, but it is like a therapy, which will come to use not just in the times of crisis, but lifelong. One of our renowned music directors in India, Mr. Ehsan Nurani, who also happens to be a director in Torrens Music, the company which I represent, used to say that, he could study better when there would be music playing in the background. One of the most reputed schools in central India, where we are currently active, After completing 4 months in the school, the principal called me. She wanted to speak to me regarding something. I thought she wanted to talk about some way regarding some implementation or probably some problem which would have happened. So I went to meet the principal, and she told me that there has been an up to 100% reduction in classroom violence and destruction of property. And now, being principals and stakeholders in schools, I know all of us understand we have to spend hundreds and thousands of rupees, in repairs, in repairing deliberately damaged fans, lights, notice boards, furniture, etc. What happens is that the children are having a lot of energy, and just like Jaswinder ji said कि बच्चे के हाथ में हुनर देना पड़ेगा नहीं तो पता नहीं क्या उठा लेगा. So, exactly on those lines, it is very important that we get our children to channelize all these extra energies. It is only going to help them, bring them to a great level of focus. It brings them in touch with their human sides. They understand what is the importance of being an emotional human being in these times. And it is very important that our children also need to understand how to manage their emotions well. In one of the previous sessions, one of our very senior educationists, Dr. R.P. Singh, he mentioned, I always quote this line whenever I'm asked to speak on the NEP because this statement of his really moved me. He said, we just don't want to become a superpower. We need to have leaders. And we need to have individuals who know their responsibilities. And all these leaders can be good leaders only if they are exposed to holistic development. And this development just does not happen in graduation. It starts as early childhood care, which Jayalata ma'am has also addressed some time back. And the regulation of the preschool level, which has been prescribed in the NEP, that is a very important move. And owing to the new NEP, children passing out after a few years will need to think very independently. And they need to be equipped with the 21st century skills, logical thinking, collaboration, creative thinking, and they will have to be decision makers. And they will need to themselves learn to tackle tough situations and manage stress levels. And music will always be there to help them. But some level of expertise is required to introduce music. Either you can do it in a physical form or as a satellite form, like what Jaswinder Ji was talking about, since it is very difficult to provide a great amount of training, a good amount of training, physically being a part of all that. So this could be done through the satellite way as well. And there is a dearth of experienced instructors in the country for music, especially, and infrastructure. So this is where a company like ours could come in. We are not just music teachers, we are music education solution providers. We have a 360-degree solution for music. We provide teachers, curriculum, training, and equipment to the level of 25, 30 guitars, keyboards, drums. So what happens is that every child gets an opportunity for a hands-on. And just like Rajiv ji was discussing about the gardener's theory of these 9 different levels of multiple intelligence, which is seen in children. So unless and until we expose the children to these various aspects, the child will not be able to identify what he would be good at. I remember this anecdote. There was the jungle, and I think many of us must have seen it in these WhatsApp forwards we have received. There was this jungle, and they were trying to elect the king of the jungle. So you have an elephant, you have a donkey, you have a monkey, an alligator, and all of them are made to stand in a line. And they said that the test you need to qualify to, become the king of the jungle would be you will all will have to climb the coconut tree, and the one who reaches first will be elected as the king of the jungle. So more or less, like the focus needs to be shifted from rote learning to experiential learning, and this would only be happening if we are giving our children a hands-on on these various technologies, on these various skills and aspects. And we are still looking at the rubrics, and we still need to know how exactly do we need to go ahead for this implementation of this new NEP. I know that there are a lot of minds at work right now, and with the joint effort of so many educators across the country, I think we are looking at a win-win situation. And we are having some better days to come, is what I consider, is what I feel. Thank you, Rajulji.
Thank you, Savio, for sharing how music can increase our efficiency, in other parts of academics as well. So thank you. Now the time for the questions. We have received a few questions, so I'll present those questions. So before I start presenting these questions to our our key speakers, I'll take a minute in explaining what exactly we are doing at School Lalaji Solutions. So I'll present my screen here, and after that, we'll have the questions. Some of you are already aware what exactly we are doing at School Lalaji Solutions. This is India's largest one-stop solution platform for educational institutions. We are present in 42 cities, working with somewhere around 4,500 institutions. We help educational institutions in three ways. We help schools in buying the right thing from right people at right price. We also help schools in selling their old items like their old buses, their old generator, their furniture like that. We also help institutions in raising money. That may be in terms of loans or in terms of pre-financing. Why there is a need, for a platform like School Lalaji Solutions? In India, in last 10, 12 years, there are wonderful and amazing thousands of new products have come up. But one big challenge is that the bandwidth for school leaders, for Jayalalitha ma'am or for Rajiv sir or for Vikas ji, you have your bandwidth has got reduced. Your bandwidth to your to meet new people, to explore new things, to take demonstration from new people has been reduced. So it's very difficult for these companies, for these products, and for you as a school leader to reach out to all those, to explore all these new products and services. So here we come in. As a School Allergy Solutions, we understand your school, we understand your taste, we understand your actual requirement, your budgetary limitations. So accordingly, we interact with different companies. We take their demonstration and then we filter those companies, and then we connect those companies. We also negotiate with these companies, and these are the areas where we are working in. We are helping schools in procuring smart classrooms, uniform, insurance, diesel, solar plant, language lab, security solutions, furniture, recruitment, music classrooms, healthcare, robotics, STEM, STEAM labs, career counseling, stationery, digital marketing, IT solutions, educational tour, generators, learning tools, and finance. And we take the guarantee that will at least save your 5 to 7%. If you're spending 100 rupees on your different expenses, in a full year, will save your 5 to 7%. So that's kind of a 5 to 7% revenue generation. One example only, in 2019, we saved 2 crore 40 lakh rupees for different schools in bus insurance only. These are some major highlights. We help institutions in installing solar of 8 megawatt, 3,000 bus insurance. We did 400 plus smart classrooms, 2,000 plus cameras we installed in different schools, 350 plus training programs we had organized for different institutions, 56 old buses we sold from one school to other. We installed a uniform in 42 schools. One very unique service we launched, and we supported different schools. We also delivered books for 92 schools during this lockdown. In the month of May, June and July. So we delivered books for different schools, 92 schools in different parts of North India. From their school to the homes of their students. By the end of 2021, we aim to reach out to 10,000 institutions. We need your support, guidance, and blessings. So with this, we come to end of it. Now, I'll present these questions. Jayalalitha ma'am, I would request if I can present first question to you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. The first question is, let me find a tough question. Right. So the question has come from Miss Anjana Arya. She's a TGT English with IDDAV Public School, Hisar. Anjana ji has asked, how is the new education policy is going to affect teaching learning process, teachers' learning process?
It is not going to affect, it is going to increase. Right now, the main dictum that is being quoted here is, be it the foundation area or even up to the class 12 area, 50 hours of compulsory training is required. Now, training in the sense, it is more of sharing that is happening. we are following one particular technique. Like for example, this particular teacher adopts a technique in a class. When she gets into training, either she has got an opportunity to get to know others, or she learns a new technique which she can implement in the class. She does not know what is happening in the world outside, so she gets to know all that and she can do it. And probably when she had studied, she had learned a few of the ways that she has to go. Now with this online, I mean ongoing training, it is going to be an in-service training, ongoing training for many hours together every year. The teacher keeps on upgrading herself, and every time a teacher is passionate, once she gets a particular skill, she has to work it out and find out. Every skill is not the same when it is executed everywhere. Each set of children available given to the teacher is something different. The teacher has to probe, find out what is possible, what can be done. She has to customize that particular skill and give it to the children, and that way the teacher will definitely grow. This is my answer. And there's a lot of scope when it comes to competency based learning rather than rote learning.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, ma'am. Rajiv sir, this question for you. This has come from Miss Anupama Bhattacharya. Anupama ji is principal with Shanti Niketan International School, Thrissur, Kerala. Anupama ji has asked how far it will be effective when mother tongue is given as a medium of teaching, and how it is effective. What would be the effect when foreign universities are open in India? So this question has two parts. One part that we are encouraging mother tongue education, and second part we are also encouraging foreign university to come into India. So do you think any conflict? Rajiv ji, क्या आप कहते हैं? Sir, you are on mute.
Yes, there is no conflict, sir, in between these two pedagogies. मैं से हम तक जाना है सर, ठीक है ना? तो जो हमारी मातृभाषा है, ये हमारे माइंड में ब्लॉक्स तैयार करती है. हम सब देखिए इस समय अच्छी तरह से, एक्सेप्ट मी, आई एम नॉट ए वेरी गुड स्पीकर ऑफ डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस. थोड़ा हिंदी, थोड़ा इंग्लिश, थोड़ा संस्कृत. मेरा सब्जेक्ट तो साइंस रहा है, मैथ्स रहा है ना. लैंग्वेज का ब्लॉक होना माइंड में बहुत ज़रूरी है. जब भाषा एक ब्रिज का काम करती है, आई एम सॉरी टू से, इन 70 सालों में अंग्रेजी पे बहुत फोकस किया गया. भाषा सीखने में कोई गुरेज नहीं है. इस एनईपी में कोरियन लैंग्वेजेस की भी बात है, थाई लैंग्वेज की भी बात है, फ्रेंच की भी है, जर्मन की भी है, मैंडोलिन की भी है, जापानीज की भी है, एक्सेप्ट इंग्लिश. तो जितनी हम ज़्यादा लैंग्वेजेस सीखते हैं, हमारा ब्रेन उतनी ही पॉजिटिव एनर्जी को एब्जॉर्ब करता है. और जयललिता जी साउथ से हैं. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि इन कंपैरिजन टू नॉर्थ इंडियंस, South Indians are more successful in each and every field because they can speak Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam and Sanskrit, and they can speak Hindi and they can speak English. So they have multilingual tongue. Just because of multilingual tongue, what happen in the mind, जो हमारी माइंड में न्यूरॉन्स हैं, उनको जो एनर्जीज आउटर वर्ड से मिलती है, शब्दों की भी एक ऊर्जा होती है. जैसे मैं आपके सामने बोल रहा हूं तो मेरे दिमाग में शब्द आएंगे, फिर विचार आएगा. कई बार विचार पहले आ जाता है. अब हमारे पास अगर यदि शब्द ही नहीं है तो विचार कैसे आएंगे? तो शब्दों का होना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है विचार आने के लिए. तो शब्द आए छोटे छोटे, और फिर क्या होता है, हमारा माइंड उसको कोरिलेट करता है उन शब्दों को आपस में, और हमारा एनर्जी का लेवल बढ़ता जाता है. सिंह साहब इसके एक्सपर्ट बैठे हुए हैं. आई एम नॉट द एक्सपर्ट ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस, बट मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जो ग्लोबलाइजेशन की भी मतलब भूमंडलीकरण, वसुदेव कुटुंबकम, और वसुदेव कुटुंबकम की बात की गई है तो इसमें क्या है कि पूरा विश्व एक परिवार है, होल ऑफ द वर्ल्ड इज अ फैमिली। तो भारत की जो विशेषता है, पूरा संसार एक विश्व है। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिना, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया। तो ये हमारी संस्कृति है। हम अपनी संस्कृति को तो पहले सीखेंगे ना। आज हो क्या रहा है सर कि ना तो हम हिंदी सीख पा रहे हैं, ना अच्छी हिंदी बोल पा रहे हैं, ना अपनी रीजनल लैंग्वेजेस बोल पा रहे हैं, और ना अच्छी अंग्रेजी बोल पा रहे हैं। तो जो माइंड में कनेक्टिविटी है, उसके न्यूरॉन्स की, शब्दों के, वर्ड्स की जो एक संसार है, शब्दों का संसार, वो हमारे पूरे व्यक्तित्व की रचना करता है। तो हमको ऐसा लग रहा है कि शब्दों के संसार की रचना। मैं इसमें एक चीज और ऐड करना चाहूंगा। अभी विकास जी ने कुछ सबमिशन रखे। देखिए, समस्या भी है तो समाधान भी है, और समस्याओं का समाधान हमको खोजना है। ये बात भी ठीक है कि आज भी 30% आबादी हमारे देश की बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन है। आज ये भी सही है कि इस देश में 26 दिसंबर को 40% लोगों ने शुद्ध पानी नहीं पिया है, 2 टाइम का भोजन नहीं किया है। वो सारे चैलेंजेस हैं, लेकिन इन चुनौतियों से हम सब मिलके अब इसको सब मिलके कैसे करेंगे, ये आप अगले सेशन में ले लेंगे। लेकिन मुझे इतना कहना है कि जो बच्चे का संसार है, वो स्कूल में पूरा होता है आके। स्कूल का जो एक रोल है, बच्चे की भाषा का संसार सबसे पहले डेवलप होना चाहिए। मातृभाषा का संसार, उसकी रीजनल लैंग्वेजेस का संसार। मैं बेसिकली मुरादाबाद का रहने वाला हूँ। वहां पे जो लैंग्वेज है वो है, मैं उसे घर में जब जाता हूँ तो मैं ऐसे ही बोलता हूँ, कहाँ अरे भैया क्या कर रहा है, अरे भैया क्या खा रहा है। लेकिन जब मैं समाज में आता हूँ तो मुझे इतनी नॉलेज उस स्कूल ने दी कि उस स्लैंग लैंग्वेज को कैसे पॉजिटिवली हमको बोलना है। तो जैसे स्लैंग वर्ड्स की बात की, तीसरी चौथी प्रकार की, पांचवी प्रकार की परेशानी है। लेकिन हम सबको अपने अपने शहर में जहां जहां हम बेस्ड हैं। अब जैसे आप लाला जी सॉल्यूशंस का बता रहे थे सर, मुझे ऐसा लगता है इस लॉकडाउन में आपने डीजल कैसे प्रोवाइड कराना है, पुरानी बसेस कैसे प्रोवाइड करानी है। आपने 2,40,00,000 इंश्योरेंस में सेव किए हैं। आप सोलर प्लांट भी लगा रहे हैं। तो जो सोलर एनर्जी कंजर्वेशन का काम है वो आप स्कूलों के साथ कर रहे हैं। तो देखिए, आवश्यकता आविष्कार की जननी है। तो इस समय हमको नए नए फील्ड्स एक्सप्लोर करने के लिए अपनी जो संस्कृति है, अपनी जो सभ्यता है, की जो भाषा है, जो अपना संगीत है, उसको सीखना पड़ेगा। मैं बहुत अच्छा सिंगर नहीं हूं। एक सबमिशन और करना चाहूंगा इसमें, संगीत की बात सेवियो जॉन ने की। आई एम रियली थैंकफुल टू लालाजी सॉल्यूशंस। यू पुट all type of dignitaries at one platform. यहाँ म्यूजिशियन भी बैठे हैं। सर अभी एक रिसर्च आई है पिछले 1-2 साल पहले, IITians ने की है। लेट मी शेयर दिस रिसर्च विद यू एंड यू कैन शेयर दिस रिसर्च विद योर स्कूलमेट्स ऑल्सो, कि गायत्री मंत्र का जाप प्रतिदिन, इफ यू चैंट्स गायत्री मंत्र at least 11 times, and if you chant it 121 times a day, तो हमारा जो गावा बॉडी में वो सीक्रिएट होता है। और जैसे ही गावा सीक्रिएट होता है तो उसके बाद हमारी हैप्पीनेस बढ़ती है, जॉयफुल एटमॉस्फेयर हमारी माइंड, बॉडी एंड सोल का होता है। तो ओम भूर्भुवः स्वहा देखने में 8 लाइन का मंत्र है। अगर यदि इसे हम बाल्यकाल से संस्कृत भाषा के माध्यम से 20, 30, 50 मंत्र अपने बच्चों को गाना सिखा दें, तो उसका लाइफ स्टाइल भी चेंज होगा, उसके सोचने का भी चेंज होगा। और एक खास बात कि ये लैंग्वेज ना क्रिटिकल और एनालिटिकल थिंकिंग को डेवलप करने में बहुत ज्यादा सक्षम है
जी।
जब ये लैंग्वेज सिस्टम बच्चे का जितना स्ट्रांग होगा। आज जापानीज हैं, चाइनीज हैं, उन्होंने
एक छोटा सा रिक्वेस्ट है सर, कि ना जैसे क्वेश्चन में एक दूसरा वाला पार्ट भी था
जी,
कि
जी,
तो यहाँ पे आप मतलब मैं इसलिए बीच में आया कि डिबेट इस चीज को लेके तो क्लैरिटी एक आया आप लोगों ने और एनईपी में बताया कि लैंग्वेज मदर टंग इज अ गुड पार्ट, बट जो फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज को हम इनवाइट कर रहे हैं इंडिया में
जी
बुलाने के लिए कि आप आइए
जी
इंडिया में कैंपस खोलिए, तो तो वो भी एक अच्छी शुरुआत है कि भाई अगर हार्वर्ड या एमआईटी या दूसरे
देखिए
अगर
सर, जो
यूनिवर्सिटी कैंपस खुलेंगे।
WTO की गाइडलाइंस हैं, वर्ल्ड फोरम की गाइडलाइंस हैं, मैं दूसरे देश में तब जाऊंगा ना जब किसी को अपने देश में लाऊंगा। तो मैं मेरे हिंदुस्तान में अगर यदि वॉलमार्ट्स आता है तो क्या दिक्कत है? मुझे तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं लग रही। फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज आती हैं तो क्या दिक्कत है? क्या मेरे गुरुकुल इंग्लैंड में नहीं है क्या? क्या हमारी टाइप की इंडियन भारतीय एजुकेशन सिस्टम न्यूयॉर्क में नहीं है क्या? मैसाचुसेट्स में नहीं है क्या? तो वो अब जब हम वहां जाके हिंदी स्कूल्स ओपन कर सकते हैं, हिंदी सिखा सकते हैं, तो वो यहाँ आके टाइम टूल्स टेक्नोलॉजी और अपनी लैंग्वेज क्यों नहीं सिखाने चाहिए? तो डिबेट पॉजिटिव नोट। मेरा को ये कहना है, मैंने आपका क्वेश्चन समझ लिया था, मैंने पहली लाइन बोली कि फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज आएंगी तभी हम जहाँ के अपनी यूनिवर्सिटीज दूसरे देशों में खोल रहे हैं,
राइट।
वो आके हमारे देश में खोलेंगे। तो ये कल्चरल प्रोग्राम के अंतर्गत WTO की जो गाइडलाइंस हैं और वर्ल्ड एजुकेशनल फोरम्स की जो गाइडलाइंस हैं, जो यूनेस्को की गाइडलाइंस हैं, वो हमको फॉलो करनी पड़ेंगी। तो वो हमारे देश में आएंगे, हम उनकी चीजें सीखेंगे, हम उनके देश में जाएंगे, अपनी चीजें सिखाएंगे। और आज पूरा विश्व इस 21 जून को योगा डे मना रहा है ना। ये तो नहीं कहा ना हिंदुस्तान का योगा हम क्यों मनाएं, पतंजलि के योग सूत्र हम क्यों सीखें? तो वी हैव टू वेलकम दोज यूनिवर्सिटीज in our country also. It's my
Absolutely,
opinion.
absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would request Vikas ji. This question has come from Ms. Jyoti Sharma. She is a PGT with DAV Public School, NIT Faridabad. Jyoti ji has asked, this NEP has emphasized upon the integration of vocational education in at school level. So how big that would be a challenge to implement for schools? Vikas ji.
I got your question, sir. हाँ जी, I got your question. Say integration of vocational education, na? Again, I am saying this is again not a new thing. Gandhi ji was very much vocational about this vocational education. He used to speak कि पढ़ाई के साथ साथ काम को भी हमें कहीं ना कहीं लिंक करना है. And we get from the notes that he was very much vocal about this. So एक संदेह होता है बच्चों के दिमाग के अंदर जो मैं आपसे डिस्कस करना चाहूँगा सभी से यहाँ पर कि एक ट्रायंगल बनता है अगर हम देखें तो. स्कूल में स्टूडेंट है, आफ्टर स्कूल either he goes for diploma or degree, because that comes into our mind when it comes to the integration of vocational education. Say diploma, there are polytechnic institutes are there, then there are IITs also. Like in my locality, there are two institutions. One is well-established polytechnic institute is there. Then there is a well-established IIT Industrial Training Institute is also there. So students come with the dilemma after the completion of their 10th standard, they are having a chance to switch either to continue for the secondary educations, senior secondary educations, or to go for diploma of IITI and polytechnics. Now what happens with them? See, those who are going for polytechnic diplomas and IIT diplomas, they are having an experienced hand over the vocational skills. Means they are learning welding, carpenters and all these kind of things they are learning. But somewhere they remained at lower hierarchies in any of the workstation. वो एक वर्कर बन के रह जाते हैं, एक वेल्डर बन के रह जाते हैं. इवन एक फोरमैन की भी अगर बात करें, वो भी एक MBA हो या कोई इस तरह की डिग्री लिया हुआ हो. डिग्री होल्डर्स को ज्यादा प्रोमिनेंस मिलती है व्हेन इट कम्स टू हायरार्कीज, वर्क हायरार्कीज. देन एक दूसरा बच्चा है जो उसने सीनियर सेकेंडरी एग्जामिनेशंस कंटिन्यू किया एंड आफ्टर दैट ही गॉट द डिग्री ऑफ BTech एंड ऑल MTech. और आप आप सभी जानते हैं इस बात को कि उसको वेल्डिंग तक करनी नहीं आएगी after even getting the degree of BTech and MTech. I think in most of the Dr. Yadav was there. She was explaining a lot of trades in this regard. तो बहुत सारे कोर्सेज हैं, वोकेशनल कोर्सेज हैं, बट डॉक्टर यादव इस बात को मानेंगी कि जब इंटर्नशिप की बात आती है, समर इंटर्नशिप की बात आती है, तो हर कोई फर्जी सर्टिफिकेट्स बनाते हैं।
सर क्वेश्चन
Why
क्वेश्चन विकास
during
जी, इस क्वेश्चन में ये भी है कि जो स्कूल लेवल पे वोकेशनल इंटीग्रेशन है, फॉर एग्जांपल 6 क्लास के बच्चे
हाँ,
को कुछ अगर स्कूल को सिखाना है या 7th क्लास के बच्चे को कुछ सिखाना है,
बहुत
पहली
बहुत
बात। दूसरी
जरूरी
बात
है,
कि
बहुत
जो
जरूरी है
आपने
सर।
आपने आपने जो कहा कि भाई एक एमबीए को ज्यादा हम तरजीह देंगे अगर फोरमैन की भी जॉब है, लेकिन यहाँ पे देखिए एक दूसरा अभी पॉइंट है इंडस्ट्री की तरफ से कि कि अगर अगर आज आज हम लोग देखते हैं कि 82% स्टूडेंट्स वो जो
हम्म
जॉब करते हैं, वो जो जॉब करते हैं वो जॉब करते हैं जिसकी उन्होंने एकेडमिक ट्रेनिंग नहीं ली है। उन्होंने अगर इंजीनियरिंग किया, मैकेनिकल में जॉब किसी और चीज में कर रहे हैं। सो अगर
यस
ओके,
यस
अब हम सब अपने अगर रिस्पेक्टिव स्कूल्स में देखें, हाउ मेनी स्टूडेंट्स चूज नॉन मेडिकल बिकॉज दे एक्चुअली नो व्हाट इज इंजीनियरिंग, और हाउ मेनी चूज
या
चूज एमबीबीएस और मेडिकल क्योंकि उनको पता है कि डॉक्टर होता क्या है, या कॉमर्स उनको पता है चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट करता क्या है। So we all know that most of the students, they pick their respective
okay,
streams.
what solution? Let me tell you the solution, isn't it?
जी
Yes, right from like from class 6 onwards, or we can say we should have, I think some of the schools, like we also have workshops. So schools, they do have workshop planning in their schools. वो कुछ ना कुछ like project makings are there, but problem कहाँ आती है कि उन मॉडल्स को, उन प्रोजेक्ट्स को इकोनॉमिकली वायबल नहीं बनाया जा सकता। यहाँ प्रॉब्लम आती है। like around 1500 students, they are passing every year from Adampur Polytechnic and IIT institutes, but are they all getting jobs?
नहीं, यहाँ
Same
पे
case
यहाँ पे जो
arise, same
सर
case
जो एनईपी
arises
में जो
with
एनईपी में जो प्रपोज हुआ ना विकास जी, एक्चुअली मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ क्योंकि हम आप जो कह रहे हैं वो एक वैलिड पॉइंट है, पर जो क्वेश्चन है वो दूसरी तरफ है। आप जो कह रहे हैं
हम्म
क्वेश्चन ये है कि जो अगर हम 6 क्लास के बच्चे को जो 10 days का मैंडेटरी ट्रेनिंग के लिए बोला गया है कि बच्चों को एक्सपोजर
हम्म
मिलना चाहिए, वो 6 क्लास में कुछ चीज सीखेगा, 7th में कुछ चीज सीखेगा, तो होता होता 10th तक उसको ये एक्सपोजर मिल गया कि भाई मैकेनिकल होता क्या है, ऑटोमोबाइल होता क्या है।
हाँ,
अभी तो दो सवाल है, एक सवाल तो ये है कि
नहीं,
भाई एक डिप्लोमा कर रहा है उसके बाद उसको नौकरी नहीं मिल रहा, दूसरा सवाल ये है कि उसको डिप्लोमा करना है या नहीं करना है, ये डिसीजन भी वो ले, इन्फॉर्म डिसीजन ले। तो इस पे आपका क्या रुख है, इसको आप कैसे देखते हैं कि जो वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग को
हाँ,
बोला गया है।
मैं शॉर्ट में
जी
इसको वाइंड अप करता हूँ सर।
प्लीज सर।
बात वही है कि ऑफ कोर्स कि वो 6 से कुछ ना कुछ उसका नो हाउ जब उसको मिलेगा तो उसके लिए बेनिफिशियल होगा, बट बात फिर वही आ जाती है सर, घूम फिर के, कि उसने 10 तक नो हाउ लिया, ठीक है, अब भी उसके दिमाग में डायल में है वेदर टू गो फॉर डिग्री और डिप्लोमा। Suppose, फिर वही go फिर के it's a triangle, and BTech students, they are not getting jobs, and those who are getting jobs after doing polytechnic and diplomas, they are menial jobs. तो इनको क्लब कैसे करना है, इसका कहीं कोई जिक्र नहीं है न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में। इट्स ए अपर साइड गाइडलाइंस दैट इज बीइंग बॉम्बार्डेड इस लेवल पे। अब आप देखिए मेरे वर्क स्टेशन पे, जहाँ पे जिस लोकेलिटी में वहाँ हूँ, वहाँ पे सभी तरह की इंडस्ट्रीज हैं, कॉटन फैक्ट्रीज हैं, तो क्यों इंटीग्रेट नहीं कर पा रहे? कॉरपोरेट के लिए 2% अपनी कमाई का CSR में लगाने का प्रावधान होता है। किस तरह का CSR होता है? क्या आप जो भी कॉटेज इंडस्ट्रीज हैं एक टाउन के लेवल पे होती है, क्या आप 2% अमाउंट मनी की बजाय क्या 2% जॉब्स का प्रावधान नहीं कर सकते? हम बहुत सारे थिंक टैंक्स बैठे हैं हमारे देश के अंदर। वो कहते हैं ना कि कैश की बजाय काइंड्स के ऊपर हमें आना चाहिए कि सपोज मेरी लोकेलिटी में जो भी इंडस्ट्रीज हैं वो अपने वर्कर्स का 2% वो उन पॉलिटेक्निक्स और IIT से या स्कूल से उन बच्चों को उठाएं ताकि वो लाइवलीहुड भी जनरेट कर सके, वो सीख भी सके, उसमें फिर फर्दर डिग्री भी अटेन करे,
बच्चों के पास स्किल्स,
रिसर्च भी करे।
सर विकास जी बच्चों के पास स्किल्स नहीं आए। वी आल्सो वर्क विद लॉट ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज, वी आल्सो वर्क विद फिकी, We also working with SOCM. We also working with the IMSME of India. The challenge is industries are facing the talent challenge. वो कहते हैं हमें लोग नहीं मिलते अगर हम when we say कि इंजीनियर के बीटेक को नौकरी नहीं मिलता, when we say डिप्लोमा होल्डर्स को नौकरी नहीं मिलता, तो ये हम गलत कहते हैं. वो एक्चुअली जो बीटेक और डिप्लोमा होल्डर्स वो है ही नहीं. उन्होंने सिर्फ एक कागज की डिग्री ले ली है. दे डोंट हैव स्किल्स जो बीटेक के पास और डिप्लोमा के पास होना चाहिए. आज भी अगर आप इंडस्ट्री से बात करेंगे, अगर आज भी आप उनको कहेंगे कि जो इंजीनियर आता है उनके पास, दैट इंजीनियर इज नॉट प्रॉपर्ली ट्रेन्ड. उनको ट्रेन करना पड़ता है उसको एक साल तक. तो चैलेंज ये है जो कि स्किल नहीं है उन लोगों के पास, इसलिए उनको नौकरी नहीं मिलती है.
Can I add one point, help, sir?
Please, ma'am.
Yeah, of course, Peter, of course.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I just wanted to give my version. We need to look at this vocational in a different 2-3 angles. It is always not for a life. Vocational skills are given in school, not for life. It is just an exposure. At the age when 6, 7, and 8 classes, those children are bubbling with activity. They want to do so many things. Just making them sit with secular subjects is not helping. You expose them with a lot of clubs, and these vocational things come. They have to be slightly exposed. How many children get the benefit of sitting with their grandparents to learn how to make a paper craft, which the grandparents have done, or these small artisans skills that they have learned from their own fathers? Our children don't know. So such exposure with the local artisans only. NEP is very clear, stating that we have to go with the local artisans. So local artisans we bring in, and they train us all things. Let the children first take up the pride of whatever is this local vocational subjects. And then if the interest lies, the child will get into diploma or degree or engineering and then become employable, things like that. We need to expose everything, give the taste of everything. I think that is it. Thank you.
Vikas ji.
Absolutely.
Sir,
Absolutely.
Sir, give me please half minute. बोलें सर?
जी सर.
पहले सर जसविंदर जी वेट कर रहे हैं. He raises his hand.
थैंक यू सर. मैं एक बात बता दूं.
हाँ सर,
राजू
बोलिए.
विकास जी, दो चीज मैं पहले लास्ट वाली बात कर रहा हूँ कि जो आप CSR की बात कर रहे हो, एक्चुअली एक रूल है अप्रेंटिस एक्ट. अप्रेंटिसशिप एक्ट के तहत क्या होता है, हर कंपनी को, हर फैक्ट्री को ITI के बच्चे को जॉब देनी होती है जो इनिशियल लेवल की है. एक तो वो आया. दूसरी बात, when we are talking about it, why are we giving them exposure to these things is for a child to know, okay, do I have interest in this one? Like ma'am said, it is not that they will learn a new vocation in that much time. It is a child to know, okay, do I like this? Can I do this? And the government is also trying, like I earlier told you, dignity of labor. ये बात सच है कि जो काम MTech नहीं कर सकता वो ITI का ग्रेजुएट कर सकता है, because he has hands on, right? So when they are talking about giving them an opportunity to go and do some of the other vocational work, they have to go and do that. That means they will know that it is not a difficult thing. They can do it. And if you have done something at your school level, later on you will respect that work. It will take almost one generation for Indians to understand how to respect dignity of labor. Let me be very honest. एक ITI का बच्चा earns more than a BTech, because today we need more hands-on, not theoretical. Rajiv ji, thank you for allowing me. Please, sir, now you continue, sir. Please.
सर, वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग के बारे में जो आपका क्वेश्चन है ना, जो विकास जी ने रेस्पॉन्ड किया, जो मैडम ने किया, और मैडम के एक पॉइंट से मैं डिसएग्री करता हूँ. बीइंग एन एजुकेशनिस्ट, मुझे ऐसा लगता है ये स्किल्स लाइफ के लिए, एक्सपोजर के लिए नहीं है. मैं अपने पूरे कैरियर में, 30 साल के कैरियर में, आपको 300 बच्चे, मतलब मैंने यूपी काम किया, उत्तराखंड काम किया, दिल्ली काम किया, काफ़ी स्टेट्स में काम किया जो विद्या भारती के स्कूल्स हैं. लेट मी एश्योर यू वन थिंग, बहुत सारे बच्चे, हम एक्चुअली, सॉरी टू से, अभी हमारे सब के दिमाग में क्रीमी लेयर की चिंता है. क्रीमी लेयर, वो तो किसी भी स्कूल में पढ़ेगा, पहुंचेगा उसे जहां पहुंचना है. लेकिन मेरी इसमें एक सबमिशन है कि स्किल्स ना वो पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट के लिए भी है, स्पिरिचुअल डेवलपमेंट के लिए भी है, और वो अपना जीवन चला सके। मैं अभी आपको 2 बच्चों का एग्जांपल दूंगा, बहुत छोटे छोटे से, आधे मिनट में। 6th क्लास में एक बच्चा एडमिशन हुआ लास्ट ईयर, आई वाज इन रुड़की। तो वो बच्चा बहुत बच्चों को परेशान करता था, सीट के नीचे घुस जाता था, कुर्सी के नीचे घुस जाता था और नोचता था, बहुत ही नोटी। क्लास टीचर आए मेरे पास, ऐसा ऐसा है। मैंने कहा ये बच्चा गई थी कुर्सी के नीचे 4.5 फीट का छोटी सी कुर्सी के अंदर घुस जा रहा है, तो इसमें फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी तो है, ये योग कर सकता है, ये व्यायाम कर सकता है। यू बिलीव मी, 1 साल के अंदर उसने, बच्चे ने नेशनल लेवल पे योगा प्रतियोगिता में गोल्ड मेडल लिया। ऐसे ही एक दूसरा बच्चा है, वो 20 साल पहले का है, वो बच्चा 10th फेल हुआ। उसने गुरुकुल, जो हरिद्वार में देव संस्कृति विश्वविद्यालय है और एक रामदेव जी ने भी खोला है, तो वहीं से उसने योगा की ट्रेनिंग ली। आज वो योगा इंस्ट्रक्टर है। तो देखिए, हमें अपने लेवल पे, अपने कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर आके आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स सोचना पड़ेगा। मैं अपनी टीम को हमेशा, जो वीकली ट्रेनिंग्स हैं, और मैं अपने 30 साल के कैरियर में हिसाब लगाता हूं, तो मैं मुश्किल से 1 साल अपने ऑफिस के अंदर बैठता हूं। मैं मैक्सिमम राउंड पे रहता हूं और बच्चों की एबनॉर्मल एक्टिविटीज को रजिस्टर करता हूं, और उस एबनॉर्मल एक्टिविटीज में से मैंने स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन भी निकाले, मेरे स्कूल ने, मेरे टीचर्स ने, हम सब ने मिलके। तो देखिए, यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा परसेप्शन चेंज करने की जरूरत है। ये स्किल्स लाइफ के लिए हैं, लाइफ को सुधारने के लिए हैं, ये केवल शौक के लिए नहीं है। शौक के लिए तो वो बहुत काम हम बड़े होके कर लेंगे। कैसे जीवन में बच्चा सक्सेसफुली अपने परिवार की, देश की सेवा कर सके, और जब वो स्कूल से निकले, अब आप सब इंटरव्यू लेते हैं, हम सब प्रिंसिपल के सामने एक प्रॉब्लम है, फिजिक्स में बहुत अच्छे हैं, पीजीटी फिजिक्स अपॉइंटमेंट होना है, इंटरव्यू में बहुत अच्छे हैं। अब जब उनसे पूछते आपको क्या आता है, तो वो उत्तर देते हैं फिजिक्स आती है। आता क्या है? फिजिक्स। अच्छा, आपकी हॉबी क्या है? तो वो साहब मैं थोड़ा बहुत क्रिकेट, थोड़ा बहुत मैं ये कर लेता हूँ। तो क्या थोड़ा बहुत से तो काम नहीं चलेगा। तो आज जो ये टीचर्स के ट्रेनिंग भी है ना, इसमें एनईपी में व्यवस्था 2 प्रकार की गई है, कंटिन्यूअस वोकेशनल डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द टीचर एंड कैरियर मैनेजमेंट प्रोग्रेस ऑफ द टीचर एंड प्रिंसिपल बोथ। 30 साल के बाद मेरा टीचर या मेरा प्रिंसिपल का मैनेजमेंट ग्राफ प्रोग्रेस क्या है, उसकी वोकेशनल प्रोग्रेस क्या है, वो एक्सीलेंस पाया नहीं पाया। और तीसरा एक चीज इसमें बहुत अच्छी जो मुझे लगी है कि स्पेशल टीचर्स, स्पेशल कोलैबोरेटर्स, स्पेशल मेंटर्स टू फाइंड आउट द स्पेशल टैलेंट, जो हमारे स्कूलों में हिंदुस्तान नहीं, सॉरी टू से, जो बड़े स्कूल है नामी गिरामी उनमें होगी, लेकिन जो गांव देहात के सरकारी स्कूल चल रहे हैं वो भी सही होंगे। मोदी साहब लगे हुए हैं। यूपी में जो टीचर्स नहीं जाते थे ना स्कूल, विकास जी जाना शुरू कर दिए हैं। उत्तराखंड में जो टीचर ठंड में अपनी जगह दूसरा टीचर अपॉइंट कर दिए थे, बायोमेट्रिक और फोन पे ईयर रिकॉग्निशन शुरू कर दिया है। तो देखिए सब होगा, लेकिन हमें वी कीप फेथ ऑन आवर लीडरशिप। और देखिए क्लीडरशिप कुछ नहीं करेगी विकास जी, आपने शुरू में कहा।
एक बार सबसे क्वेश्चंस और भी कुछ
जी
क्वेश्चन
जी जी
ले लेते हैं ना
सर।
एक मार्क की क्वेश्चन है जो आंसर आ रहे हैं
Okay,
वो 10 मार्क
I
वाले आ रहे
think
हैं।
this was my question. I can
तो
finish
पेपर पूरा नहीं
in
पेपर पूरा नहीं होगा।
in one word, sir. Just is
मैं एक क्वेश्चन
okay. Okay, let me finish my question in just one sentence.
प्लीज सर, प्लीज विकास जी।
हाँ, simply मैं इतना कहना चाहूंगा कि we shall follow after practical. The theory should be follow after practical. अब ये रियलिटी है, हम सभी के स्कूल्स में इस समय प्रैक्टिकल्स की होड़ लगी हुई है सर, ये रियलिटी है। कोई भी स्कूल हो, चाहे रूरल एरिया हो, अर्बन एरिया हो, क्या होता है पहले थ्योरी करवाई जाती है बोर्ड पे, देन इज फॉलोड मींस दे वर पोस्ट फॉर द प्रैक्टिकल्स। प्रैक्टिकल्स के बाद थ्योरी होनी चाहिए, बस इतना ही ये वोकेशनल एजुकेशन है, isn't it?
जी बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं
हमें
सर।
हमारे
Appreciate it,
एंड पे
appreciate it.
कहीं ना कहीं इम्प्लीमेंट करना ही पड़ेगा ऑफ कोर्स।
That's very
ठीक है, थैंक यू।
practical thing. That's very important. Point you have raised, Vikas ji. So now I'll request Jaswinder ji. Two parts. One, because you belong to the world of language. This is again a very regular question. How do you see the status of language, post implementation of this national education policy? This is one part, and second part, just a thought. We are talking about so much of this mother tongue thing. You know, what would happen if our kids won't learn English, or they would be weak in English, let's say up to standard of fifth standard. So, just a question. English can be learned at any age. That can be learned at sixth standard. That can be learned at eighth, or that can be learned at ninth or tenth. So, why this is so much of hue and cry? Jacinder ji, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Rajul ji. I will answer both the questions with the same response. First of all, why this mother tongue? Long back, I had given an example. For everybody to know, I am from Ahmedabad, city in Gujarat. We have seen that I'm also 52, my age level. There are a lot of people in the city. When you go, you meet majority of the doctors, right? जो मेरे एज के आसपास के हैं, वो सारे के सारे गुजराती मीडियम से पढ़े हैं। अब ऐसा तो क्या है? और गुजरात में इंग्लिश का चरण कम था पहले। Obvious reason, because we were very strong hold of a certain part of the political system. So what happened is that when you are taught the foundations, when you're explained the foundations of whatever subject that you're talking about in your mother tongue, it is easily understood. You see, the foundation years are the first 3, 4, 5 years. Us time pe, if the child is not good at English, and if these foundation aspects are explained in English, that is where the challenge goes. So I'm happy that the foundation years, your main foundation aspects of learning are taken up in the mother tongue. Now coming on to the point that if we can learn English or acquire English at the age of, or when you're in 10th standard or 12th standard, why this hue and cry? No, you have to acquire language when you are in your foundation years, right? If today at this age I have to acquire English, it will be more difficult than if I had to acquire that at the age of 5 or 6, right? So NEP has a provision where they are saying we're talking about 3 language system. Your home language, right? You can have English, not that you need compulsory to have, and you can have another third language. So you see, at that age, you can acquire 5 languages. NEP is talking about only 3 languages. So acquiring 3 languages at a time is not a challenge. One, yes, your foundation level education should be in your mother tongue, but you should not ignore English, because most of the information, right? Knowledge, gyan nahi keh raha main. Information and knowledge which is there around the world in the form of internet is in English. So this should be given equal importance. And like somebody earlier has said, that English medium schools need not teach in that language. They can opt for English, right? But the whole point is, let them get 3 languages. One more point onto that. This I will, add up to what Rajiv Gupta ji sir said. The more languages that you know, the faster is the processing of your brain. If the child knows more than 3 languages, he will be able to logically process more. So that focus is important. Over to you.
Thank you, Swinder sir. Thank you. Now, I would request Savio, if you can take on this one.
Ji.
Right. So, Savio, you like belong to the world of music. So this question
Mhm.
has this NEP has given a lot of emphasis, upon music. So this
Mhm.
question has, the NEP has given importance to extracurricular activities like music. How do you think it will be possible to introduce, music, or facilitate that in our country?
Thank you for the question, Rajul ji. It's a very important question which you have asked. To begin with, it is very important for us to streamline the whole concept of music education and consider it to be something, to be an avenue opener, for the children, more than just imparting certain aspects of music that is in their assembly or probably for the concert. This is when the most of the music is actually seen, and there is only a handful of children, who are seen performing in these assemblies and seen performing in this concert. So this is something which needs to be given to all the children, all the 2000, 3000 children who are coming in school. Everybody needs to be given a hands on. The curriculum needs to be streamlined. Most importantly, there needs to be some kind of a knowledge exchange, with the companies who are already doing this in the market presently, with schools who have been doing a great job at music education. So there needs to be an entire integrated learning system which is devised when music is concerned, not just teaching a couple of songs to children, but it needs to be more of a hands-on vocal and instrumental base as well. There needs to be emphasis given to practical and theoretical aspects of music too.
Thank you, Savio. Now I would request Dr. Deepika Yadav. Dr. Yadav, how do you see that? How do you see that NEP will create more job opportunities?
Sir, NEP, NEP, what I personally feel that since we have updated the curriculum of our university and also we are also basically trying to give opportunity to students for multidisciplinary approach, which will help them, to enhance their domain and the way thought process and the job opportunities also. So NEP is of course okay, but what I feel is the inside fire of a particular or individual student will help more to gain out of this. So what there are many features of NEP. So overall development, once the student got the entire knowledge, skill, everything, then I think that that fellow, what opportunity he wants to, what he wants to pursue in life, that depends upon him. It's just the NEP which will make that individual student aware of what all opportunities, what all skill which he can be, good at, that he is passionate about. That way he can enhance, and that exactly depends upon the individual personality, what he wants to pursue in future. Um, so
Right,
yeah, I feel that
right.
way. So
Thank you. Also, with this, we come to the end of this very special and marathon session of 58. So before we close the session, I would request our speakers if we can have your concluding remarks. So we'll begin with Jalata ma'am. Ma'am, your concluding remarks. Also, we have established one practice that if you are given the charge of education in our country, if you become the Minister of Education in our country, so what would be your first priority? That one idea that you at any cost would like to implement. So Jalata ma'am, we'll begin with you. Your concluding remarks and that idea as Minister of Education.
Okay. It's a nice imagination. Yeah, we pose all these questions in class. Okay, so
So that's
I would
very
like to, yeah.
courageous to ask such questions from principals, right? So
Yeah. So schools
please.
basically cater to the all Harvard, all the intelligences. So what is quoted in NEP regarding all the aspects of all this? Because in Amrita here, we are doing all that, all the multiple intelligence, be it yoga, meditation, spiritual practices, Bhagavad Gita, chanting, music, dance, say what not, we have everything. And I find, and Amrita also insists that if a child is very good in sports, we don't stop children even if they are a 12th standard student in not participating in the cluster or the nationals even in the month of January. And let me repeat, in the month of February, March, they are supposed to take up the board exam, but we don't stop them because the passion in they focus into all these different areas where the child has got the strength. The child focuses, and that has to be promoted, and it is being done. At come what may, it is being done. So introducing all the multi faculties into education is very good. Again, I believe that you need to give up, like how you go for a cafeteria, different varieties of food being placed. You choose, you taste everything, and then whatever you like, you go for a second helping. I think that should be done for the children also. So they are given an opportunity to taste everything. And I find during these club periods that we have, where different things are being given, children are so in those days, the children don't take leave also. They see that they are present and they take part in all the 2 periods of those club activities. They just love, and they don't want it on a Saturday, they want it on a weekday so that they can get the other classes and this also. So I think, if I'm given that opportunity, I would definitely see that it is being done in every school. The rubrics can be planned with all the good thought, like-minded people in India. India is such a powerful country, potential large, and it can be done, sir. This is my idea.
Absolutely, absolutely. Certainly can be done. And when you started with this line that education means educan,
You can,
so
you
certainly we
can.
can do that. Thank you, Jalata ma'am. Now I would request Rajiv Gupta ji, सर योर कंक्लूडिंग रिमार्क और भारत के शिक्षा मंत्री के तौर पे आपका क्या वो आइडिया होगा जो आप हर स्कूल में एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे? राजीव गुप्ता जी।
अब मैं बहुत बोल लिया, मैं तो बस अंत में ये बोलूंगा कि यदि मैं इफ आई वुड बी एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर, आई स्पोक टू मच, तो जॉय मीनिंगफुल joyful learning atmosphere with quality education of life, कि हर स्कूल में रहने की स्वतंत्रता और बच्चा एंजॉय करके जो भी वो सीखना चाह रहा है।
जी,
कई बार हमें लगता है हम सिखाते हैं, बच्चा जो भी चीज सीखना चाह रहा है उस प्रकार का एटमॉस्फेयर जॉयफुल, कैसे जॉयफुल लर्निंग हो, क्वालिटी एजुकेशन हो लाइफ की, मैं ये आइडिया इम्प्लीमेंट करूंगा हर स्कूल।
वंडरफुल, वंडरफुल। थैंक यू राजीव सर। नाउ आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट जसविंदर सर, your concluding remarks and your idea as Minister of Education. Sir, you are on mute.
So always a tough question, when you know that you can't be this, and if you really want to think in your wildest of your dreams, there's one thing that I think which NEP 2020 has missed out. We as Indians need more discipline. They should give at least 1 year of military training. 1 year where we understand, we become more nationalists. 1 year when we become closer to our mother earth or mother country. So I would say that if I were to be that, I would definitely promote army education, military education for 1 year. You see, in the earlier part, we talked about Israel. How are they able to do such a lot? Because they had to fight all the Arabs against the odds. And you know why they fought? Because they love their country. And that happens because of the army education. So somewhere I would want that to be a part of my concluding remark, that what NEP should have. And as a minister, I would want to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This is certainly a very innovative idea to make it mandatory, the military training. Though I believe in Israel it is already a mandatory training. It is a mandatory
Yeah,
training.
it is mandatory in Israel.
Ji. Thank you.
3 years.
3 year. Oh,
For girls, 1 year. For boys, 3 years. 2 or 3
okay.
years. For girls, it
Wonderful.
is 1 year.
Wonderful. Now, I would request Dr. Deepika Yadav. Deepika ma'am, what would be your concluding remark and your idea as Minister of Education?
Sir, we have discussed almost everything. So I would like to say that students should be encouraged to follow their passion, their dreams, and have more better experienced members over here. So I think they have given their ideas much better. I've never thought of all these things. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Deepika ji. So now, Xavier John, I would request your concluding remark and your idea.
Ji, Rajul ji, The NEP, promotes more of an activity-oriented approach, and it makes it very interesting for people like us. And we feel that the NEP would be enabling more effective learning at the foundational level. Overall, I feel that there is a lot of substance in the new NEP, and towards the mid of 2021, probably towards the latter half, I think that things will be laid out, and we will know the how of implementation. And if I were supposed to be the education minister of India, definitely I would make sure that there is more stress on extracurricular activities, and more importance is given to those subjects which have always been hidden behind the curtain. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. So with this, we come to end of this very special session. So I offer my big thanks to Jayalalitha ma'am, Rajiv sir, Jaswinder sir, Mr. Sinwar, Savio John, Dr. Deepika Yadav. Thank you for joining and making this special, truly special session. Thank you. This is
Thank
for the
you,
day.
Rajul ji. Thanks. Thanks.
बहुत
Thank
बहुत
you.
धन्यवाद
Thank you, all
राजीव
of you.
जी. Thank you
Namaskar.
everyone. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hmm.